Sales have been excellent, particularly the last few days before Valentine's. They've just been moving right along.
Valentine's Day has grown to be quite a popular holiday. In fact, it runs second only to Christmas as a card-sending occasion. It sort of seems to be the time of year when you can get mushy and not get embarrassed about it. Cards are one of the biggest selling items on Valentine's Day, and there's one for almost every relative you can think of and for whatever mood you're in. For example, there are the romantic ones for the wife that say I love you, and some that say the same thing but with a lighter touch. You can find almost any kind of card to express your feelings, everything from the simple ones to those that are a bit more persuasive. But cards aren't the only items that sell during Cupid's holiday. Just about anything that's red or sweet will do.
Candy, of course, sells well. Gift items, jewelry, just normal gift, anything that says love for your Valentine. Other things that you wouldn't think of normal Valentine's gifts, picture frames sell well. It's hard to say one particular item.
And if none of that suits your fancy, you can buy toy lovebirds, music boxes, pin cushions that say I love you, picture frames in the shape of a heart, a coffee mug declaring your present status, and almost anything else you can think of.
If you're wondering what happens to all this stuff after Valentine's Day, well, on Thursday, the red comes down and the green goes up for St. Patrick's Day. Phyllis Palasio, Cool News 10.
Being a bachelor, I look forward to Valentine's Day when I can hit the florist shop and give my ladies a dozen roses each. And being that it's been a very good year, how much is it going to cost me to get 5 dozen roses?
5 dozen would run you $200. They're $40 a dozen.
The way it looks, the whole valley's going to be short of roses.
Art Nakagawa has been in the business more than 15 years, and this year's shortage, he says, has been caused by recent bad weather in California, which supplies most of the roses sold in the valley. We found that a dozen long-stem roses cost $49.50 just down the street. Prices have gone up anywhere from $5 to $15 this year. Some florists in New York, we're told, are charging $60 a dozen. But this year's shortage isn't causing a lot of commotion with customers.
Well, they complain a little bit, but they're still buying them. We can't get enough to supply everybody. So I think we'll be a little short on roses until after March.
So remember, Jeanette, Diane, Elizabeth, Emily, and Gloria, if I get you roses this Valentine's Day, it hasn't been easy. Sal Quijada, Cool News 10.
A box of chocolates, that old standby gift that the woman in your life will always appreciate on Valentine's Day. But nowadays, chocolates can be so much more than a bunch of pieces in a heart-shaped box. From the Godiva chocolatiers who import their product from Belgium, you could buy a chocolate in the shape of a Porsche or Mercedes-Benz, $25. A Learjet, $60. Or on a beautiful silk-lined package, some with the designer in mind. What else makes fancy chocolate fancy?
It's all natural ingredients, it's heavy cream, it's butter, it's the finest chocolates, it's roasted nuts that we bring to Belgium, to Brussels, and roast in Brussels. As you can see, when I break the chocolate, it's a real rich butter cream that is wonderful when you eat it.
Packaging is a big part of making chocolate a very special gift. Look at some of these unique designs. Chocolate has for a long time been the gift of love. The baci, which is Italian for kiss, is what makes the Perugina chocolate company famous.
And to exchange love messages, they wrapped a little love message inside a piece of chocolate to communicate with one another. And this one that I just unwrapped says, "A love without kisses is like a conversation without words."
The fancy chocolate industry is one of those booming businesses that a weak economy has had little effect on.
Chocolates have always said a lot to the person who is receiving, and has said a lot about the person who's doing the giving.
But there is one thing that the chocolate people can do without.
That's what we don't need, is diets.
Mike Arra, News Center 10.
At this East Phoenix resort, exclusive Valentine gifts of classic cars and furs are flanked by $200,000 base price townhomes. There is an absence of red hearts here, but if you buy the gifts, officials here say the hearts come automatically. For example, this $156,000 Rolls Corniche without the bear will win your Valentine's heart. What about the bear, you say? Well, to paw it and nuzzle it, the black mink beast can be cuddled for $10,000. And at 5 feet tall, it may just fit in the front of the rolls. This display, including expensive furs, is billed as a Valentine fantasy, and many Valley residents are the discriminating buyers.
Probably 60 to 65% of our buyers are local, professional people, doctors, own their own businesses, and then the remaining people are those that are coming down for the seasonal market, spending 2, 3, 4, 5 months a year.
One thing is sure this Valentine season, to get your Valentine to say yes to the question, will you be my Valentine? With a gift like this $155,000 set of diamonds and rubies, she probably won't say no. Marcus Wright, News Center 10.
It has long been a tradition for couples to become engaged on Valentine's Day, but this year when the lovebirds go to purchase that ring, they'll find just like most everything else, diamonds have gone up. A survey of local jewelers put prices at about 20 to 30% higher than a year ago. But according to those same jewelers, inflation has not stopped couples from buying engagement rings. Instead, they say young people are taking more time picking out the ring and treating it as a major investment. Vicki Loken and her fiancé were among several couples we knew of who made their engagements official this Valentine's Day with the purchase of an engagement ring. And according to her, price was not a major factor.
What qualities were you looking for?
We wanted something nice, but not, extremely expensive. We wanted something kind of simple and something pretty.
Did price make any difference?
Not really, as long as we got what we knew that we were paying for.
No matter how you look at it, it seems women get the better deal on Valentine's Day, with gifts of flowers and wedding rings. But what about the men? Sir, what did you get for Valentine's Day?
I got a rose.
Juanita Stevenson, Cool News 10.
It started at the state capitol at 10 o'clock this morning. Armed with posters and banners and balloons, these devoted couples, accompanied by the kids, took out to march for what they positively believe in: marriage. So in this day and age of the high divorce rate and somewhat casual relationships, this walk is a testimony, a celebration of love that is meant to be forever. Sponsored by Worldwide Marriage Encounter Incorporated, the 5.5-mile walk down Washington and up Central was a part of a national celebration and a prelude to tomorrow, February 13th, World Marriage Day. Excuse me, have you really hugged your wife today?
Oh, I sure have.
You have?
Right, sure.
Do you consider yourself a special couple?
Definitely.
Why?
Definitely. Because we love each other and we got faith in Christ.
What is so special about being married?
Just marriage. Just makes our life.
Being married to one person for the rest of your life is super special. You're always special to somebody.
What do you think is so great about being married?
Well, because you have children to take care of and you have all the things like families together, like you have fun together and you go to parties together and a lot of those things.
You think you want to be married someday?
Yeah.
So with their signs of affection, this congregation of lovebirds made their way to Brophy School before noon to rally for their cause. And it was there that anniversaries were cheered, vows renewed, and an early Valentine's Day celebrated. Johnny Banks, News Center 10.
Through paperback romantic novels, women are vicariously falling in love with love, and publishers couldn't be happier. Last year in the United States, an estimated 20 million readers spent more than $200 million on paperback romantic novels. The average reader of silhouette romances buys 30 books a month. And if all the Harlequin books sold in a single day last year were stacked one on top of the other, the publisher reports the pile would be 16 times higher than the World Trade Center. I asked Glenn Helm, assistant manager of Walden Books at Christown, how sales of women's romance novels were doing locally.
Absolutely spectacularly. We sell a lot of them, and we have a lot of repeat customers that come in every month and buy quite a number of them, and some of them they buy in numerical sequence even. Sales are just really fine on them.
When one writer alone, Barbara Carlin can write 36 novels as she did last year that sold 150 million copies, how do readers keep from getting confused and buying the same titles twice?
Some of the publishers put them out in a numerical sequence and release maybe half a dozen a month or so.
Also, according to Helm, it's not just the gals who come in to browse and buy romance novels, as we saw while we were in the store. Ah, decisions, decisions.
A little dinner.
A candlelight dinner for two. In 1955, you'd have paid about $18. Tonight, be sure to bring along about $70, not including tip.
Relaxing, talking over some wine or whatever.
Okay. Add an extra $25 to the bill. Used to be only $4 more in the 50s.
A movie or two.
You can't even afford to go to a movie at night anymore without spending $10 or better just to go to a show.
Well, $10 might buy you a little something to eat, because the cost of a movie today is up to $8 for two people. In 1955, $2 would have got you and your date through the door.
Drinks, dancing first.
Probably the cheapest date you can go on these days, and probably why bars are so crowded. Couple of beers, couple of dances only set you back about $6 now. But back in the 50s, a big spender might have put out a grand total of about 50 cents for the same thing. What about the cost of impressing somebody you really like? Real romance, like a dozen roses. $12 in the 50s, $32.50 today.
Could you afford a dozen roses?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
But how often?
Every 2 weeks.
But if you gave her a dozen roses one night, I bet you wouldn't be taking her to dinner or to a movie the same night.
No way, no way. I give it a dozen roses and leave it at that.
Well, what does all of this mean for singles? Not surprisingly, they're having to make some adjustments in their lifestyle, like be understanding and let's go Dutch.
If you're a girl and you take a guy out, can you afford taking him to nice places?
No, not these days, not with the price of drinks these days, no.
Or cut corners.
Stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't do because of it. Movies and dinner, but you gotta just slow down and I guess, you don't do it as often, okay?
Or start being very choosy about who you date.
Well, it costs quite a bit of money to take out a date, and you're never sure, how she's going to turn out.
Well, if a guy is lucky and she turns out to be terrific, the next step up the ladder of romance is often marriage. Today, that wedding of a lifetime for many people may be merely a dream, because it can be a financial nightmare.